Hello students, today I am going to start a new group of the P block. Already you have studied, as we know very well, P block is made up by different groups starting from 13 to 18. 13 and 14 are in the syllabus of class 11 and 15 to 18. 15 to 18 are in the syllabus of class 12. So we have already gone through group 15. Now I am going to start the group 16. 16 group is made up of different elements. It's oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. As we know, oxygen is a non-metal, sulfur also a non-metal, selenium is a metalloid, tellurium and polonium, they are the metal, but polonium is a radioactive metal. So its shelf life is very less, this is 18 days. We know what is the electronic configuration of P block. It's starting from NS2, NP1 to 6. But in the 16 group, the specific electronic configuration is NS2, NP4. So first element is oxygen, atomic number 8. Electronic configuration 2s2, 2p4, where 2 is the period number. Second is the sulfur, atomic number 16, 3s2, 3p4. We know the period number is 3. Third is selenium, atomic number 34, 3d10, 4s2, 4p4. Period number is 4. Tellurium, atomic number 52, and like polonium, atomic number 84. They are the consecutively group period number of 5 and 6. What are the general basic periodic properties in the 16th group? These are the basic properties like atomic radii, electronegativity, ionization enthalpy, electron affinity, melting point and boiling point. As we know very well, when we are going to the downside in the group, atomic size increases, means atomic radii increases. Why? Because atomic number increases and electron move far away from the neutron. So distance is high. So atomic radii increases. Next is the electronegativity. What is the electronegativity? You know very well. I explained this thing in the previous class also. Electronegativity decreases in moving in a group because electronegativity is inversely proportional to atomic radii. Second is the ionization enthalpy. What is the ionization enthalpy? The amount of energy required to remove an electron from the atom and its gaseous phase. This is called ionization potential also. So this ionization potential decreases when we move top to bottom in a group. What is electron affinity? Affinity means ability to the atom to accept an electron. It also decreases as atomic number increases, atomic radii increases. So electrons are quite far away from the nucleus. So screening effect is less. So electron affinity is also less. Next is the melting point. What is melting point? Amount of energy required to break bonds to change a solid phase substance to a liquid phase. Converting of a solid into a liquid, that is called the melting point, a particular point. It increases going to the down to the group. Next is the boiling point. Amount of energy required to break bonds to change a liquid phase substance to a gas. It increases going down the group. Now is the oxidation state. What is the oxidation state? Oxidation state represent the stability of the element. ये किस किस स्टेज में रह सकता है, उसकी कितनी स्टेबिलिटी है, वो उसकी ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट कहलाती है. The general electronic configuration is NS2 NP4 as we are very much aware. The most common oxidation state is -2. Oxygen is popular for this thing. It has a -2 oxidation state. The most common oxidation state for the halogens are -2, +2, +4 and +6. This 16 group elements also called the halogen series. Now I am coming to the chemical properties. What are the basic chemical properties of this 16 group? Number 1, reaction with oxygen. Whenever any halogen member react with oxygen, it gives the sulfide, like sulfur reacting with oxygen giving the sulfur dioxide. With acid, next reaction is with acid. Only oxidizing acids can react, like nitric acid, sulfuric acid. When sulfur is reacting with nitric acid, it is giving sulfuric acid and nitrogen dioxide. with alkali. When sulfur is reacting with sodium hydroxide, it's giving the sodium sulfate. Next reactions with non-metals. Suppose Chalogen series any member like sulfur is reacting with sulfur, it is giving the carbon disulfide. When sulfur is reacting with hydrogen, it is giving the hydrogen sulfide. When sulfur is reacting with fluorine, it's giving the sulfur fluoride. What will happen when sulfur will react with the metal? Means cuprous sulfide. Now we are coming to the point, what is the reactivity? What is the trend in this 16 group? Number 1, what is the metallic character? What is a definition to find out the metallic character? The element which can donate the electron easily. That is called it's defined its metallic character. The metallic character increases as we descend the group. Oxygen and sulfur are typical nonmetals. Selenium and tellurium are the metalloids, and the semiconductors and polonium is a metal. Next is second point, multiple bond. Tendency to form multiple bond decreases down the group. Example, oxygen double bond sulfur double bond oxygen is a stable compound. Sulfur double bond carbon double bond carbon is a moderately stable. Selenium double bond carbon double bond selenium decomposes readily and it is formed. Now we are coming on the different properties. First property, formation of hydrides. As we know, when we are the group member reacting with the hydride, it's giving its hydride. Like all the elements of group 16, hydrides of the type are H2M, where M is all members like oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. The stability of hydride decreases as we go down the group. Upper member are more stable in comparison to the lower members. Example, water, all other hydrides are poisonous, foul smelling gases, where water is the exception. Their acidic character and reducing nature increases down the group. Less energy to break bond. What is the acidic character? ऐसा कंपाउंड जो इजीली हाइड्रोजन को हम डोनेट कर सके, जो जितना जल्दी हाइड्रोजन डोनेट करता है वो उसके एसिडिक करेक्टर कहलाती है. सो वी कैन से द एसिडिक करेक्टर एंड रिड्यूसिंग नेचर. दिस इज ऑल्सो अगेन ए रिड्यूसिंग नेचर. रिड्यूसिंग नेचर मीन्स हाइड्रोजन रिमूवल. It increases going down in a group. All these hydrides, we know very well, they have the angular structure and the central atom is in a sp3 hybridization. When we move in the group, bond angle decreases. Boiling point also decreases from water to H2S, then increases. Formation of halides. Element of group 16 from a large number of halides. The compounds of oxygen and with fluorine are called oxofluorides because fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. We know very well what is the sequence of electronegativity, FONCl. First, fluorine is the most electronegative element, then oxygen, then nitrogen and chlorine. The main type of halides are monohalides, dihalides, tetrahalides, hexahalides. Formation of oxides. Group 16 elements mainly form three types of oxides. Number 1, monooxide. Number 2, dioxide. Number 3, trioxide. Monooxide, except selenium, all other elements of the group form monooxide of the type of MO, like MO, SO. Number 2, dioxide. All the elements of group 16, they have the type MO2, like SO2. And trioxide, by the name we can make out the oxygen atom are 3, mean MO3. Anomalous behavior of the oxygen. What different properties oxygen is showing in its group? Oxygen is a gas, all are solids. First point, we all know oxygen is an important gas for the living being and it is available in the gas form only. Second, oxygen diatomic, other polyatomics. Oxygen, what is the molecular formula? O2. And rest of the element of this groups are polyatomic. O2 is paramagnetic, other are diamagnetic. How can we make out the magnetic property? Which element showing which property? On the basis of their fulfill orbital. we can make out which is paramagnetic and which is diamagnetic. Forms hydrogen bonds in hydrides, alcohols and carboxylic acid because of the electronegativity. Forms p-pi multiple bonds. Oxidation state vary from -2 and +2 with fluorine other showing +2 and +6, and they are making the ionic compound. Now we are coming here one of the compound of the 16 group, that is the oxygen. Oxygen in the form of molecular form dioxygen. As we know, this is a basic component and very much required for the living things. How we can prepare? Not we, the green plants are responsible for preparing the oxygen in nature. Why they are making and how they are making? They are making by the process of photosynthesis. All of you are very much aware for this thing. 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O in presence of sunlight, and green pigment should be required, that is the chlorophyll. C6H12O6 plus 6 O2 plus 6 H2O. Now we are coming to the chemical preparation of the oxygen. How can we prepare oxygen in the lab? By the thermal decomposition of oxygen rich compound. Any oxygen rich compound, whenever we are heating, it gives the oxygen. Like potassium chlorate will readily decompose if heated in contact with catalyst, typically magnesium dioxide. Whenever we are heating the like potassium chlorate, it gives the oxygen. Potassium nitrate, it gives oxygen. Potassium permanganate, they all are the oxygen rich compound and giving us oxygen. Next is the preparation of oxygen using hydrogen peroxide. What is hydrogen peroxide? Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. The decomposition of hydrogen peroxide using manganese dioxide as a catalyst also result in the production of oxygen gas. Like 2H2O2 is arrow 2H2O plus O2. This is a laboratory method. How we can make out in bulk? We can make out by the electrolysis of water or fractional distillation of liquid air. If we will do the electrolysis of water, few ions will go for the cathode and few ions will move the anode, and we can find out the oxygen. In that solution we can find bubbles of oxygen, it's going out. Next is the fractional distillation of liquid air. Fractional distillation means when you have the different columns, different fractions are there, and you are boiling something, you are getting the fresh material of that component. That is a fractional distillation. Properties of oxygen. Oxygen is a colorless gas without smell or taste. There is a no taste, no smell, but it is life for living things. A slightly heavier than air, a sparingly soluble in water, is difficult to liquefy, boiling point 90.2 K, and a liquid is pale blue in color and is appreciably magnetic. At still lower temperature, light blue solid, oxygen is obtained which has melting point 54.4 Kelvin. Now we are coming towards the reactions. First, when oxygen reacts with metal, it gives its oxide. Like all metals, potassium, sodium, lithium, calcium and magnesium react with oxygen and burn in air and gives its oxide. Metal in the reactivity series from aluminium to copper react with oxygen in the air to form the metal oxide. When carbon reacts with excess of oxygen, carbon dioxide is formed along with production. Heat is evolved there. When carbon is burned in limited supply of air, it forms carbon monoxide. It's a dangerous gas. Carbon monoxide is a toxic substance. Inhaling carbon monoxide may prove fatal. The person, whenever breathing in half one fuel environment, that person is getting nausea, irritation in breathing. That is because of the carbon monoxide. Next, sulfur gives sulfur dioxide on reaction with oxygen. Sulfur catches fire when exposed to air. Next point, when hydrogen reacts with oxygen, it gives water. With ammonia, react with oxygen in excess of air and platinum catalyst to form nitrogen monoxide. Ammonia, when we know very well, ammonia is sometimes behaving as a weak base. Ammonia is reacting with oxygen. It gives nitrogen oxide. Next, sulfur dioxide gives sulfur trioxide when reacts with oxygen. Reaction with metal sulfide forming metal oxide and sulfur dioxide. Reacts with hydrocarbons forming carbon dioxide and water. This is a basic thing. Whenever we are burning any hydrocarbon, anything it's available in nature, it gives the carbon dioxide and water. What is the uses of this oxygen gas? This is priceless and this is very important. Oxygen is essential for life and it take part in process of combustion. Its biological function is respiration, make it important. Oxygen is sparingly soluble in water, but the small quantity of dissolved oxygen in is essential to the life of fish. How fish are doing breathing? By the help of gills. How human being is doing breathing? By the nasal system. So what all is required for the breathing? Oxygen is required. So it is a life for living things. Oxygen gas is used with hydrogen or coal gas in blowpipes and with acetylene in the oxyacetylene torch for welding and cutting metals. Maybe you have seen somebody who is doing the cutting and welding. A high spark light is released there. That is again a hydrocarbon, and oxygen is used for that burning. Until unless oxygen is not there, that metal will not burn and there will be no melting. Next point, oxygen gas is also used in number of industrial processes. Medically, oxygen gas is used in the treatment of pneumonia and gas poisoning, and it is used as an anesthetic when mixed with nitrous oxide, ether vapor, etc. Carbon dioxide is often mixed with oxygen as this stimulates breathing, and this mixture is also used in cases of poisoning and collapse for restoring respiration. Liquid oxygen mixed with powdered charcoal has been used for an explosive. Next we are coming for the next element. For the next compound, that is ozone. We all are very much familiar with the ozone. What is ozone? Ozone formula is O3, means 3 oxygen atoms are joined together. It is an allotrope of oxygen that is much less stable than the diatomic allotropes of oxygen, breaking down in the lower atmosphere to normal dioxygen. Ozone is formed from dioxygen by the action. The ultraviolet light and also atmospheric electrical discharge and is present in low concentration throughout the Earth's atmosphere. In total, ozone make up the 0.6 part per million of the atmosphere. This is the two structures of ozone. One side, one minus charge is there, and this is a resonating structure. Another side is a minus charge. How ozone is formed? Ozone, whenever oxygen molecule is there and sunlight comes, it breaks down in the nascent oxygen, O and O, and we can write down this oxygen in a bracket. When this nascent oxygen react with oxygen gas O2, make the O3, and reverse of this also happened. When O3 comes in contact of UV rays, is break down in the nascent oxygen and oxygen gas. What is ozone? Ozone is a pale blue gas, slightly soluble in water and much more soluble in inert non-polar solvents. What is the polar solvents? Which solvent which has the plus charge and minus charge, they are called the polar solvent. And the solvent who don't have the charges, they are the covalent compound, they are called the non-polar solvents, like carbon tetrachloride or fluorocarbons. Where it is form a blue solution at 161 Kelvin, it condenses to form a dark blue liquid. At temperature below 80 K, it forms a violet black solid. Ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent, far stronger than oxygen. It has a very strong oxidizing agent. Why? Because on breakage of ozone, it gives us nascent oxygen or atomic oxygen. Its shelf life is very less and reactivity level is very high. When this nascent oxygen come in contact with any compound or element, it gives the oxidation. It is also unstable at high concentration, decaying to ordinary diatomic oxygen with a half-life of about half an hour in atmospheric conditions. 2O3 is equal to 3O2. Ozone also oxidizes nitric oxide to nitrogen dioxide, NO plus O3, NO2 plus O2. Ozone oxides sulfides to sulfates. For example, lead sulfide is oxidized to lead sulfate. What all reactions happened with the ozone? Reducing action with barium oxide and hydrogen peroxide. Barium oxide when react with ozone, it reduced to same with the hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide when react with oxygen, it is reduced to water. Reacts with potassium iodide to liberate iodine. 2Ki plus O3 plus H2O. This gives us iodine. What is the uses of ozone? Ozone is a reagent in many organic reactions in the laboratory and in industry. Cause of its tendency to give the nascent oxygen, that is a very strong oxidizing agent. That's why. Next point. Ozonolysis is the cleavage of all alkene to carbonyl compounds. It has the tendency to break down the organic compound to its carbonyl compounds. Many hospitals around the world use large ozone generators to decontaminate operating rooms between surgeries. The rooms are cleaned and then sealed airtight before being filled with ozone, which effectively kills and neutralizes all remaining bacteria. This is very important. Sanitization of the OT. After the one surgery and before the next surgery, that room is sanitized with the ozone. That room is filled with the ozone and airtight locked for a particular time period. When before the next surgery, that room is opened, that time is a germ free room. That is very much required for a surgery. Next is ozone is used as an alternative to chlorine or chlorine dioxide in the bleaching of wood pulp. Same thing. Why oxygen is this chlorine is good for oxidizing agent? Because chlorine also give the nascent oxygen. It also have very less shelf life. But in comparison to oxygen, it has more. But oxygen is more reactive in the form of nascent oxygen. Oxygen work as a bleaching agent as well as chlorine also work as a bleaching agent. But conditions are different. It is often used in conjunction with oxygen and hydrogen peroxide to eliminate the need for chlorine containing compounds in the manufacture of high quality with paper. Ozone can be used to detoxify cyanide waste.